Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a you versus them love reading for Capricorn. We'll explore your energy, the energy of the person on your mind, and the dynamic between you, not to fix or chase anyone, but to support your clarity, self-trust, and emotional steadiness. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Capricorns, please. Ooh, too many. All right, your person's energy. All right, the King of Wands in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sag. Your energy, the King of Swords in reverse. All right, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And we've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. So I do think there's been something quite emotionally overwhelming. And it looks like you two are not in communication, or you're in separation. There's been a fight or an argument. It does feel like something here quite triggering. You both are upset, emotionally overwhelmed. And your person, the Four of Cups. So your person may not be making themselves emotionally available. The Four of Cups could also indicate that this person made you feel rejected, or they're just worried that you're rejecting them. The King of Wands in reverse is somebody who's temperamental. Oh, I'm hearing bossy, but I'm also hearing the King of Wands in reverse can be somebody who's non-committal, very my way or the highway, somebody who's very reactive. All right, and I think they've said or done something that's really pissed you off here, Capricorn, to be in the King of Swords in reverse, not communicating with them, or just being very angry or upset here. All right, yeah, the Ace of Swords, this person may have lied to you. Again, you might be mirroring each other in the fact that you're not communicating. They're viewing you as the High Priestess. All right, so they may feel like you're keeping secrets. Some of my Capricorns, this person was accusing you of keeping secrets. All right, and that may have been very triggering for you, especially if you're not keeping any secrets. They see you as this Cancer Pisces energy, though. And remember, the High Priestess, she doesn't grant a whole lot of access to herself to someone that she's upset with, or somebody she feels like dysregulates her energy. And I'm just saying her because it's the High Priestess. My readings are not meant to be gender specific. So I do feel like this person doesn't really, I think they're probably feeling a little bit triggered or upset that they don't have access to you at this time. The High Priestess is also someone who's very loving, very caring, very intuitive. Now with the King of Swords showing up in reverse, I feel like you're really angry. You're pissed off here. You may not be communicating with this person. You may not have clarity about where this is going to go. All right, Ten of Wands in reverse. Yeah, some of my Capricorns, you're ready, or you have let go of this connection, or you're sick of the drama or the responsibilities, like you felt like they weren't pulling their weight. Some of you really needed to get something off your chest. You may have told this person off. And you're viewing them as the Three of Cups. So for some of my Capricorns, there have been, or there were, some concerns about third-party interference. Again, King of Wands in reverse certainly can be a player or somebody who's non-committal, but it could also be, this person going out too much, drinking and partying, not prioritizing the connection, letting too many other people into the connection, not protecting you, not, honoring like the sanctity of your connection, provided you were in a commitment. So with the Nine of Cups in reverse, I feel like it's been quite emotionally draining. You both might feel like, okay, we need to walk away from this, or have stepped away from the connection for a moment. Your person is seeing the connection as the Eight of Wands now in reverse. So it is something that they still want to fight for or protect, but things aren't going their way. And this King of Wands is very temperamental. When they don't get what they want, this person acts out. You're viewing the connection as the Five of Swords in reverse. So there are, some of my Capricorns, you do want to heal things, but I also think you're looking at, is it a good idea if we heal things, or do I need to be really cutthroat here and shut this down? Okay, so we see the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Capricorns, you're not so sure. You're on the fence here about this person, and you're on the fence about this connection, whether or not there's compatibility here, if you're on the same page, if you want the same things. All right, so it does look like there's been, a major fight, or I was going to say altercation. Gosh, I hope not. But it does look like there's been a fight or a disagreement. Maybe this person kind of blew up I'm also getting this scenario that wants to come through here. Some of my Capricorns, you stood up to this person and they didn't like it, you know, or you told them a very uncomfortable truth, and they were, you know, extremely triggered by that. So what we need to know about this person, man holding a coin. So it's like this person may not have been investing appropriately in this connection, or currently they're not. They've pulled their energy back. They're investing elsewhere. Doesn't necessarily mean in another connection, but investing in themselves, their work, you know, friends, family. We also see the goddess of the moon. Yeah, so I kind of feel like this person doesn't trust their intuition, or sometimes lacks intuition, or I'm kind of getting more so emotional intelligence. Like I feel like this person is somebody who's quite highly reactive, somebody who doesn't pick up on those nuances, doesn't always put themselves in other people's shoes. Okay, quite a reactive energy I'm picking up on there. And we see the thinking man, but this is definitely somebody here who's overthinking. But I'm kind of also getting with the thinking man energy showing up in reverse, that this person is someone who may not always think before they speak or think before they act. And I feel like that might be where this kind of started, right? Or where this fight or this argument or this separation came from. All right, Capricorn, let's see what we need to know about this person. Anything else we need to know about this person for Capricorn? Okay, sword and a rose. So they're gaining clarity, most likely in the silence or in the distance here from you. Having some sort of revelation that they do want to protect this connection, that this is a powerful connection, that you two are compatible. All right, but we see heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking, attack. Again, I don't think you deceived this person, although they may have deceived you with that Ace of Swords in reverse. All right, so pay attention to that. But I do feel like whatever you told this person, Capricorn, or you stood your ground, or you set up boundaries, whatever it is, they interpreted it as a shocking attack. And for a lot of my Capricorns, it may not have been. Again, I'm getting somebody here who's very highly reactive and maybe a little emotionally immature. Like they can't take constructive criticism, or they didn't like you standing up to them, setting boundaries. All right, and my Capricorn's energy. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. So some of my Capricorns, you are really considering what now, okay? Can we have a new beginning? Is this something worth saving? Or do I need to start focusing on something or someone else, okay? Because there's a part of you with that 10 of Wands in reverse may feel a sense of relief, even though I don't think you're happy about what's going on, all right? And yep, you're in this beautiful energy, though, of giving it time. You know, I think Capricorns, you are very good at that, but you know that it needs time, or it's going to take time if this is going to heal, or you need to heal from this, but you are determined to make progress. Okay, beautiful energy. That's what I love my Capricorns for. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know? What is hidden here that we might not be seeing? All right, long distance love. Okay, so this person I do think is still loving you from a distance. All right, and learning karmic lessons. But yeah, you know, I feel Capricorns, you may be a little bit more mature than this person. Again, maybe it doesn't necessarily mean there's an age difference, but it does feel you might be a bit more mature than this person. It feels like they are still learning some karmic lessons. Okay, let's get advice and guidance for my Capricorns, please. Advice and guidance for my Capricorns, please. Be patient with yourself. Growth happens in layers. So continue to be patient with yourself, figuring out where you want this to go, or what you want to do here, what you want next. All right, and match the effort. So you don't need to give more to receive more. Yeah, and so really taking a look at, was this person investing in this connection the way you were? Are they putting in the effort to heal, to see things from a higher perspective, to approach this with maturity? Okay, because I do feel like that's how you're approaching this. Any other advice and guidance for my Capricorns, please? Your inner voice is calm. Listen to that one. Beautiful. All right. So trusting that inner voice, that calm inner voice, that calm, steady Capricorn voice. Okay, and stay with what's certain. Stay with what you know. Again, that doesn't mean you stay with this person if this is, you know, if you've been in a long-term relationship with this person, but, you know, stay with what you know. Right now is not the time to go into the what ifs, the coulda, woulda, shouldas, the maybes. All right. All right. What would this person like to say to my Capricorns? What would this person like to say to my Capricorns, please? Is it possible to forgive and forget? Yeah, I definitely feel that. And I've thought a lot about you lately. So there's definitely that can't stop thinking about you energy here. All right, Capricorns, I'm going to leave it here. Sending you love and light. Take care.